Hello, everybody. It's Philip Lee returning with another episode of Civil War Chat. Today is Saturday, the 17th of March, 17th of April, 2021. And I want to urge you to click on the notification bell in the upper right and the subscriber button below me to be notified of future episodes of Civil War Chat. Today's topic is the intimidation of the Supreme Court. Congressional Democrats are attempting to intimidate the Supreme Court with last week's proposed 2021 Judiciary Act. After former President Trump added 3 justices during his term, Democrats are now signaling that they may add 4 additional ones of their own should the 9-justice court merely agree to review any lower court rulings contrary to the party's interests. Attacks on the court's integrity have happened twice before. The first time was during Southern Reconstruction, when Congressional Republicans passed the 1867 Reconstruction Acts and a new Habeas Corpus Act. The Reconstruction Acts were likely unconstitutional, and consequently that's what resulted in the 14th Amendment. The Constitution had to be amended because those acts were likely unconstitutional. And the 1867 Habeas Corpus Act empowered the Supreme Court to review habeas corpus rulings from state and other lower courts. Even though it was an encroachment on states' rights, one Southern newspaperman, who had been charged in a military court with inciting insurrection because of his editorials, used the 1867 Habeas Act to appeal his case to the Supreme Court. Now, bear in mind, this is all after the end of the Civil War. He was part of the United States, and he was a newspaperman in Vicksburg, Mississippi. After the court accepted his case, the Supreme Court accepted his case for review, and even heard lawyer arguments in 1868, the year after the 67 Act. The Republican-controlled Congress repealed the court's review authority after the fact. After hearing the respective lawyers argue the case before the Supreme Court, the Republicans realized that a contrary decision could be likely and would also question the legality of the 1867 Reconstruction Acts due to an earlier Supreme Court ruling that civilians, like the Mississippi guy, must normally be tried in civilian courts, not military tribunals. Although a long legal tradition holds that such ex post facto circumstances are irrelevant, the 1868 Supreme Court twisted itself into a pretzel in the ex-parte McCardle case to rule that Congress's after-the-fact repeal of its jurisdiction denied the court an opportunity to make a decision. Cowards. That's what they were, cowards. The then 7-member court rightly feared that Congressional Republicans would stack the court if it failed to appease the party. The intimidated justices basically decided that they lacked the authority to rule on a case they had already concluded was undeniably within their authority to review. The laws and the facts of the case did not change when the court agreed to review McCardle's appeal. The only thing that changed was something that happened in Congress after the opposing sides presented their arguments to the Supreme Court. Now, you can learn more about the ensuing abuse of power that Republicans exercised during Reconstruction from my Southern Reconstruction book. And I'll get to that a little later. The second time a party tried to intimidate the Supreme Court was after Democrat President Franklin Roosevelt won a landslide election in 1936. The following year, he attempted to stack the Supreme Court because it had previously made rulings contrary to his New Deal legislation. Even though his party controlled 3/4 of the seats in both the Senate and the House, Roosevelt was unable to get a bill passed to increase the number of justices. He lost by a 3-to-1 margin in the Senate. Actually, it was a greater than 3-to-1 margin. In fact, the Senate Judiciary Committee's report on the proposed bill concluded, quote, "The bill points the way to the evasion of the Constitution and violates every sacred tradition of American democracy," close quote. The committee members ended by erroneously predicting, "It is a measure which should be so emphatically rejected that its parallel will never again be presented to the free representatives of the free people of America," close quote. They never contemplated today's madness, and maybe really their prediction isn't an error. Maybe what is happening is it is being presented to America again, but this is not an America of free people. It is an America controlled by censorship and increasing centralized power among the cultural elite. I think that's what we're facing. Nonetheless, I mentioned this book, Southern Reconstruction, $22 at Amazon and Barnes & Noble and other fine bookstores. You can get a signed copy from me, autographed copy from me for $25. Email me, Phil, PHIL_Lee, LEIGH @me.com. Be $25. I'll cover the postage and shipping here in the United States. Okay, that's our show for today, and thanks for watching.